CEO, wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a goal builder that can teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black on firm, but we ain't all black.
Hey, everybody. What's going on? It's your girl, Constance Carter. I know it's been a little while since I've been here, but I've been before you. But I am here and I miss you guys. I hope you miss me too. You know what? I have been traveling. My daughter just moved into a place and I was helping her move. And so I just kind of been on the move. My daughter moved to the DMV. And I told you guys that I was like kind of bi-coastal. It's actually really my daughter's house, but I'm kind of hanging out over there with her. So that's where I've been. But how you guys been? Come on in and make yourself at home. And I know you guys want this good game that I'm about to spit to you. So I want you to get in, come in, get your pen and your pads and take some notes today, because I'm about to give you some game that you would actually normally pay for. Okay. So, put on your, what's up, Antonio? Hey, Queen. Hey, King. What's up? Thank you for the welcome back. So get your pen and pads and make sure you share this on your pages, because this is information that everybody wants to hear. Again, this is information that I'm giving you that I charge people for. So I coach people, and or this is also information that other people will actually charge. So get your pen and your pads. If you've ever wanted to write a book, you need to get this information, okay? I don't want you to make the same mistakes. What's up, Nicole? What's up, Lorenzo? I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made. So as you come in and you make yourself comfortable, I want you to put where you're from, because I like to know who I'm talking to and where they're from. So put where you're from in the chat box, because I know we have people who view from all over the world. And I want to see who's chiming in from across the pond, like who's in Europe. But if you in North Kakalaki, or if you're in Chicago, or if you're in California, put in the comments box where you're hailing from, because I would certainly like to know. And I want to acknowledge you. Also, remember that when you come in here on my broadcast, this is always a networking opportunity. Okay. What's up, new Don from Houston? What's up? This is always a networking opportunity. So don't ever be remiss to share your information. If you have a skill set that you want, you want to maybe partner with somebody, make sure you put your information. What do you do? Because maybe somebody can use your talent and use your skill set. You never know who's going to be on here. You never know who's going to be watching you. So make sure you put your information, what it is you do, and connect with other people, because this is a whole community, you guys. This is a whole community, and I want to make sure that you're getting access to what it is that you need. So put that up in there. I see Nicole from DMV. I see Antonio from Joliet, Illinois. What's up, Benjamin from Atlanta? Holistically You World. I see you from Ohio. Curtis Williams is from Virginia Beach. What's happening? You guys, listen. I just came back from Costco like 20 minutes ago. You know why I went to Costco? Age has caught up with me, and I now have to wear glasses. So what do you think? These are just readers. They're not like real glasses. Like I've been struggling lately, y'all. I'm 45 years old and I've been struggling. So what you guys think of my glasses? What y'all think? Yay or nay? They're not any that I could wear all the time, but what y'all think of my glasses? I'm getting old. So it was so crazy, because when I put them on and I looked at the phone, it was like, oh, I could see what's on the phone. Oh my God, y'all. My son is calling. This is real life. Hold on. Let me see what this boy wants. Hold on. What's up, son?
Where am I thinking coming from?
From school. The back. Huh?
6:30?
At 6:30. Yeah. Why don't you call him?
Okay, I'm here right now.
Dude, I'm live on my show right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. So go to the back and why don't you call your brother?
Okay.
Bye. He called me like 6 times. So I was like, okay, must be an emergency. Sorry about that, y'all. So listen, I've written several books. A couple of them are best-selling books, and I want to show them to you right now. And they're all self-published books. So this was my first book, Keeping Score, What You Need to Know to Make Your Credit Score Grow. I wrote this by myself. Lots of mistakes made. I mean, I'm telling you, this is like my third iteration of this book. And then my girlfriends and I, we wrote this book called One. You must overcome obstacles, never give up on your road to have the best year ever. And this was written with me and my good girlfriends. We're all real estate brokers. We hung out together. We used to go to conferences together and everything, share information and knowledge. And then I wrote this book. This is also a self-published book. It's called The Secret to Breaking the Broke Code. This is also a best-selling book, like for real bestseller, Amazon bestseller. It's not like a New York Times bestseller, nothing like that. And then I published this workbook. It's called Build Credit to Build Wealth, the Blueprint for a Wealthy Credit Score. And this also goes with my online training program. And I have an online training program called with the same name. And with the online training program, you will go from having, if whatever knowledge you have of credit, you will become a credit expert. And the cool thing about the program and the book and all that stuff is people take this training and then they become credit experts, and then they help other people build their credit or repair their credit, and then they monetize it. It is a great, great program. Not only are you learning your personal credit, but you're also learning business credit. It's dope as hell. But I wrote these books all by myself. And I want you to avoid the pitfalls. Now, let me just tell you, I never wanted to write a book ever. I'd never had a desire to become an author. Like, that was not my thing. Never wanted to become an author. So just so you know, I'm a super executor. I'm not the ideation person. I don't have ideas. I'm not creative. Like, I'm getting ready to put on these events that are about to be really, really super bomb. I did a great event a couple of years ago. 2019, we did an event called the Wealth Empowerment Summit, the WE Summit. And we had some really heavy hitters, Dr. George Fraser, Lisa Nichols, and a bunch of thought leaders from all over the country came to where we live in Stockton. And then last year in 2020, we were going to have the Wealth Empowerment Summit in Silicon Valley. We had heavy hitters. Ray J was going to be there. We had Trey the Truth was going to be there. George Fraser, and a host of other thought leaders from all over the country too. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I was just thinking about the events that I've put on. And again, content bomb, right? However, I'm not the creative person. So as I look back on these events, I'm looking at the ambiance, I'm looking at the decor, and it was horrible. I am not that person. So I just need people to help me with things like that. So even with the book, like, I never had a desire to write a book, but somebody said you should write a book about credit. And I was like, okay, I'll write a book about credit. And so it was never my desire to write a book about credit. It was never my desire to write about the secret to breaking the broke code. But again, this is an idea. Somebody said, you need to write a book about the story of your life and how you've gotten to where you are, coming from, a very loving family, but it was very dysfunctional. We had 19 people living in a 3-bedroom house that was for a family of 5. And the things that I had to overcome as a result of the living situation and the things that were instilled in me, in spite of the things that I went through and the things that I was exposed to, I decided to write about it and why and how I went from broke and bankrupt, homeless, foreclosures, car repossessed, to owning the largest African-American owned real estate firm in California, and being a cannabis investor, and being a commercial, owning a commercial building, all of the things that I've been able to accomplish today, which I'm so blessed to be able to do. But I come from these things. And so I believe that your hardships, things that you go through, should be the blueprint to help somebody else. And that's what these books are. I can only write about what I know. And so number one, the first key to writing a book is writing about what you know. Okay. So don't try to become an expert on something that you don't know. Now, there's information out on the internet of everything. And believe it or not, hey, Brandy, hey, Tasha, believe it or not, some of the information, even that I got from the book, I got it from online. You can get a lot of the information online, right? There was research that I did. After I filed bankruptcy in 2010, I become a certified credit expert. So I took classes, I took training, I had extensive knowledge of credit, but there was still some things that I needed to research and I needed to get. And so there's a lot of things that you can pull online, but you can't get this comprehensive reading book online all in one place, right? And so, writing about something, number one, that you know about, but don't be afraid to do research and get information online. The information is out there. So just being able to put it in a cohesive way to where it makes sense so that somebody can actually get information from it, whether it's an informational book, whether it's a motivational book, whether it's a transformational book, you could still, get research from other places other than yourself. Okay, so just make sure, like, if you're putting facts out there, you fact check it. I was talking to my dad the other day. My dad and my son came and picked me up from the airport when I came in from DC a few nights ago. And my dad is just an amazing human being. He was in the Vietnam War front lines, corporal, Marine, but the most humblest person you'd ever want to meet. And so he was telling my son, him and my son have some of this really similar personalities, but he was just sharing with my son like his experience. And I was telling my dad, listen, like right now, my dad just turned 74 2 days ago. And I'm like, Dad, your memory is great. And while you still remember everything, every detail about that experience, you should write it down or at least record it. So that's number 2. If you can, record what it is that you want to write. Just put it all, just do a brain dump. It doesn't have to be in a clear and concise way, but just put your ideas down, whether you do it on audio, whether you do it on video, whether you're writing it down. Just do a brain dump of everything that you want to talk about. We'll talk about how to format and put it together later, but just do a brain dump, okay? So everything that you have inside of you, everything that you think that you want to talk about, just brain dump it. So number 1, don't be afraid to, number 1, write about something that you are comfortable and you're familiar with, okay? And whether you think somebody would be interested or not, people are interested in everything. And listen, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are thousands, probably hundreds, I don't know, of credit books out there. This is a credit book. This was my take on it, and it's helped thousands of people. So just because there are 10,000 or 500 or whatever other credit books out there, it doesn't mean that there's not room for mine. So whatever you decide to write about, there's room for yours. Thank you, New Dawn, for buying my book. Buy all my books. Did you buy all of the books? You got to buy all of the books. And so don't worry about nobody else, whatever. There's another book out there that has this, whatever. Nobody has your unique experience. Okay. So just do a brain dump and just put all the information out there. The other thing you need to do is get an editor. Now, this is what I didn't know. This is one of the things I didn't know. I didn't know, like, I had a friend, I'll be honest with you. His name is Nasser El Arabi. You may know him. He's like, he flips houses and he's, very well known. He wrote a book before me. He has a great YouTube channel. He has a book called Flipping Houses Like You Flipping Burgers or something like that. And he's doing this tour, this real estate tour. He's a house flipper out in North Carolina. But anyway, I reached out to him and I said, okay, I want to write a book. What do I do? I got all this information, but what's the next steps? And he said, well, you need to get an editor. And I said, well, where do I go to get an editor? He said, go to Upwork. Go to online, go to Upwork, UPWORK. And they have freelancers there that can edit your book. And he told me that he just got like a super cheap editor. And so when you look at some of the reviews on his, they're probably reflective of possibly the editors because, he said he didn't put a whole lot of money into his editor. I don't think you should get the most expensive editor, but definitely don't get the cheapest editor. And look at, what their, because you could see their history, how much money they made, how much work that they do. You really want to get somebody that's going to be really, really good for you. Kind of vet them. One of the things about the editor that I chose, she was within my budget, and I vetted everybody. She was from Australia, and that was a bit of a challenge because there's some words in Australia that we don't use here, or there's ways, there's things, they spell a little bit differently. They spell some of the stuff that we spell with Z's, with S's. I forgot there was a couple of words that she had put in there. And I was like, yeah, that's not the proper grammar for this. So, that was the only, bad part for me is, getting somebody who's from another country. And what, one of the things she did is, I gave her my transcript and I did my brain dump and then I kind of, organized it a little bit. And she goes, okay, well, you know what? I'm not even from America, but this is such interesting information. I had no idea. I mean, she can't use the information there, but it was really great information for her. And she goes, you know what? What's the history of credit? How does it work? Why is it there? And she was like, you should put the history of credit in there. And so that's what I put in the beginning. That was one of the suggestions that she told me to do. She said, you should write about what is the history of credit? And so I was like, oh yeah, that's great information for people to really understand, why you have the 3 credit bureaus and why certain bureaus report a certain way and all of those things. But you know what? Listen, when she told me that wasn't information that I readily knew or readily had available. I had to go research that. You know what I did? I GTS'd it. I Googled that shit. Have you heard my TED Talk? I have a TED Talk, you guys. It's called Google That Shit. Investments we can make to close the wealth gap. Just want to put that plug out there. So if you haven't seen my TED Talk, go look at my TED Talk, Google that shit. But anyway, I Googled it and I learned what the history of credit was, and I put it in my book. But so you don't have to know everything. You don't have to know everything, and don't be afraid if you don't know everything, but the knowledge that you do have, again, write about something that you're familiar with. If it's an autobiography, hey, you know about yourself, that's all good. But if it's something else, that maybe you have a lot of knowledge of, but you don't have complete knowledge of, don't be afraid to go out there and do some research on the internets, on the interwebs, because that's what it's out there for. So Upwork, get your editor from Upwork. Okay. The next step is you need to publish it. There's a couple of different sites that you could publish on. You can go to like Lulu. That was the first place I published. Now here's where I made my mistake. So I published on Lulu, and I also published on Amazon, which is KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. KDP. Thank you, Yeshua. I appreciate you purchasing my book. I sure appreciate it. So KDP is Amazon, and it pushes out on all these different sites. Here's one of the things that I learned. Maybe I shouldn't tell you this. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this because I know you guys gonna support me anyway. I did some research. I Googled my books, and people be bootlegging my books. And I'm like, I don't know if that's like a compliment or what, but they're on these sites that I didn't even give permission to be on sites. They are hey Roy, I just talked to you today. You can get the books on Amazon. Go to Amazon. Look, Google Constance Carter, Keeping Score. Let me see. Let me put the link in here. There go the link right there. Go to Constance. Here's the link right there. So wherever you are, you should see these looks. Amazon.com/author/Constance Carter. All my books are right there. So there's places that be bootlegging your books. Like if your book is good enough, though. But yeah, like I've Googled, and yeah, like my stuff is out there, just out on the interwebs for free. Listen, Jay-Z, guys, one of the most prolific lines in his on his last album. What was that last album? It's my favorite album, actually. The one he just did. It was a few years ago. But he said, I'm trying to give you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. $1 million worth of game for $9.99. $1 million worth of game for $9.99. So invest in yourself, because this is good information. And you want to be able to pour into you. I mean, the biggest investment that you can make is into you. But anyway, I ain't even gonna go there. So go on KDP, you publish your book. So here's the mistake I made. I was so excited. I thought I did everything right. I went on KDP. I thought I did everything right, and I uploaded it. And before I got a chance to look at the draft, I was like, hey, everybody, go buy my book. Here's the link. And so by the time I got the book, I was like, oh, shizzle. This ain't what it's supposed to look like. I didn't even look at my draft. I was just so excited. So I got this book back. It was all like bigger than this. It was big, but then it was super thin, and the pages was cream. It was ugly. And then it had hella grammatical errors. I was like, dang it. That wasn't good. So don't get excited like me and push your books out there before you actually got a draft copy. You've got to read it, but not only you've let other people put their eyes on it, because there's sometimes when we already know what we're going to say, we kind of just overlook some things, right? So have other people look at it, have other people, proofread it for you, because you just never know. Okay. So you guys, listen, you missed a show. All right. So I'm going to just do a recap. If you ever wanted to write a book, you can write a best-selling book. Okay. My books, two of the books that I wrote, two of the four books that I wrote, they're bestsellers. And they're not bestsellers because I put them in some obscure category, because that's a lot of times what people will do. So there's a trick to being a best-selling author. Thank God I didn't know anything about those tricks. When I wrote my book, I had no idea what people actually teach these tricks. My books were bestsellers because people actually buy them. So great reviews online. But the first thing that you want to do when you're writing a book is number one, I did that off the top. Write about what you know about. Write about what you know about. Write about what you know about. And don't be afraid to research. You might not know 100% of everything. Number two, brain dump. Put everything down on paper, do a video, do an audio, whatever, but just get all the information out there. Number three, get an editor. Go to Upwork. Go to Upwork, get yourself an editor. Don't get the most cheap editor. Don't get the most expensive editor, but just make sure you vet them very well. Number four, get an editor, upload to, where you can publish your book. These are self-published. KDP, that's Kindle Direct Publishing. That shoots out on Amazon. The thing about going through Amazon, though, is your royalties aren't going to be as great because Amazon takes a big chunk. You make it a bigger chunk through someone else, but you're not going to get the same visibility. So you got to kind of figure what's more important. Is you getting the visibility or you getting the money? Get that visibility, baby, and then the money will come. And then lastly is that you want to make sure that you get your own draft before you push it out there. Because one of the things that I did is I pushed it out there before it was ready. And again, like I told you, I had several iterations of the book. Both of my bestsellers, I had a couple of different iterations of the book, and I wanted to make sure that it was perfect when I got it out. So now, if you read it and there's some errors, let me know. But it's been out there long enough, and I haven't gotten anybody tell me that there's any errors in these books. But they're real life stories. So you can pick up my book on Amazon. I have, again, Keeping Score. This is a best-selling book about credit. I'm a best-selling author, y'all. I be tripping off of this sometimes because I be forgetting. Real talk, I do forget some of the things that I got. This fell on the ground. This one is The Secret to Breaking and Broke Road. Thank you, BB Gaines, for hanging out with me today, you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out and just listening to what I got to say. This is a book I wrote with my girlfriends. We must overcome obstacles, never give up to have our best year ever. And lastly, this is a workbook, Build Credit to Build Wealth. The Blueprint for a Wealthy Credit Score. This is a workbook. I love this book. This book is so dope. So Keeping Score is a great book. Great book. When people say on your reviews, this book has changed my life, you've done something great. So it's changed people's lives. But if you want to go a step further, this gives you homework assignments on exactly what you need to do in order to build your credit. Great. And then I have an online training program, which will help you to be a credit expert. You will be a credit expert when you take my online training program. And I'm about to put the prices back up. I have hundreds of people in the program. When I first rolled it out, I rolled it out for $997, and lots of people were buying at $997. Online training program. I reduced it because I was trying to allow more people to get in the program, but I never really advertised the program. And it's an awesome program. And I think it's only like $149 or something like that. And you become a credit expert, number one. And you also will learn how to build your business credit. So if you looking to build your business credit, you go to My Wealth Roadmap, I'm gonna put it on here, .com, and you'll see my online training program. And you'll again be a credit expert. So you could also use that to monetize to be able to repair other people's credit. And that's what a lot of people have used the program for. So it's a really awesome program. So those books that I have. Also, you know what? I'm doing some things. My mission in life, my whole mission in life is to really help us go from being broke to woke. When I talk about the secret to breaking the broke code and your mindset, my job, my life is wrapped around how do I help other people that look like me to become to number one, get in an equitable position to build wealth. What do I do? What are the tools? What are the steps? Cool thing. And I think she's on here, Danielle. I think I saw her pop up, but Danielle is one of my agents now. She's now one of my agents. I went to high school with Danielle, and she was on. We do a mastermind with my company, Catalyst Real Estate Professionals. And one of the things she said is we were talking about, I was teaching them how to speak the other day. I was teaching them how to do a home buyer workshop presentation. And Danielle said, she was just like, I was telling them, what's your 3-minute speech? Let's go over your 3-minute speech. The first 3 minutes, when you talk to somebody, what's your 3-minute speech? And she didn't really quite have hers down yet. But one of the things she said was, well, I would probably just kind of tell them how, I met you 30 years ago because we went to high school together. And then I just listened to you. I did everything that you said to do. Bought your book. I listened to what you said. I got my credit up. I saved my money. Now I'm a homeowner. Now I'm a real estate agent, right? Listening to that stuff. This information, when she said that, I'm like, that's what I live for, you guys. That's it. That's life. I could die happy if one person could listen to one of the things that I said and it's changed their life in some way. I'm a happy camper. Changing somebody's life is everything. So I'm doing a series called Broke to Woke. And we're October 21st. I think we may have 10 tickets left, 10 seats left, Broke to Woke. But I'm going to show you how to get your credit right. So it'll be a live training with me. I own a co-working space, an event center, a members club in Sacramento. It's called the Co-op Spot. Dope ass co-working and members only exclusive membership club. We're going to start the Broke to Woke series on October 21st. And it's going to be live there, but it's also going to be online. So it's going to be live in Sacramento and it's going to be online here. We're on Zoom. So if you go to my website, you can sign up. I have 10 tickets left. It's ConstanceCarter.com/events. Go to my site, get your tickets to Broke to Woke because I want to help you. And it's a series. So I'm going to be doing them maybe monthly, maybe bi-monthly. I don't know. But go to my page and sign up for the Broke to Woke series because I want to get you in a position to where we are building your wealth portfolio. That's it. Let's get your wealth portfolio together. So go to ConstanceCarter.com/events and get your ticket to Broke to Woke. Okay. And then lastly, one of the things that I'm doing is I'm doing a wealth talks at the Co-op Spot. And this is going to be an exclusive event. And we'll have I'm not even going to tell you how many seats we're going to have because it's not going to be that many, but we're going to have some really heavy hitters, some thought leaders from all over the country. Some of them will be celebrities that are going to be coming down to the Co-op Spot to just talk to you about how to build wealth, and it'll be in person. It'll be something that you want to be at. And so we'll be rolling that out soon. Just be on the lookout for save the date for that because that's going to be dope as hell. And everything that we do, we try to make it life changing. So make sure you go to ConstanceCarter.com/events and get your tickets to Broke to Woke because the game that you heard today is great. Even if you do have good credit, that's not a problem. Great, you have good credit, but do you have your wealth portfolio? Do you have your wealth plan? And even if you have a property or two, okay, do you have an entire plan together, a legacy plan for your children, your children's children? And if you don't, you need to be at Broke to Woke. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. Wait. Was there any questions, Nicole? Was there any questions on here? Constance, how do you copyright the title to your book? You can copyright it. Yeah. You just go to the trademark website. You only get paid when they buy from Amazon. Was there anything else? He literally just uploaded his book. Wait, literally just uploaded my book video on my channel 20 minutes ago. I write books, salute, chat and mods. Dope. Was there any questions that I missed? Because I want to make sure I answer any questions before I get out of here. Samantha said, I've written my manuscript, sent it to an editor, and it was horrible. It wasn't a representation of myself when it was done. I'm truly apprehensive to send it to anyone else. I have another editor, and she is not an Upwork editor, but she is dope as hell. I'm going to give you her information right here. And I hope her name is Stephanie Mans. Stephanie with the F. I ain't gonna put her. Find her on Facebook. Stephanie Mans. I'm gonna text her and tell her that I'll put her information out here. And if she gets any DMs, prolific writer, edit her ass off. She edited The Secret to Breaking the Broke Code. So this one wasn't through Upwork. Dope. She edited that for me. She's dope. And she edited this one too. She edited the one with my 3 girlfriends. She's dope as hell. Was there any other questions that I missed? And Audible. Oh, you know what? Great, Mo. I'm gonna talk about Audible next time. And you know what? I actually recorded my book on Audible, but I messed up because my audio wasn't good. So I'll talk about how to upload your book on Audible on the next one, on next time. That's a great topic too, is how to upload your stuff on Audible and what you need. I could tell you about it, but mine is not on Audible right now. In fact, Nicole, who's back there on the 1s and 2s, was just telling me last week, Constance, you need to get your stuff on Audible. I'm like, I did. That took me hours to record it. And now I have to re-record the whole thing. So I just have to find time to re-record it, but we'll talk about Audible. Let me see. Constance, do you keep a master copy of your books before you publish them? Yeah. I mean, are you talking about a manuscript? Yeah. Will you do something about how to get books on Kindle? When you do the same thing, Kindle is exactly the same way. So when you upload for KDP, it'll give you the option to do it just Kindle only, Kindle and paperback, or paperback only. So you'll be able to do Kindle when you upload it to KDP. So you're good there. The editor, her name is Stephanie Mans. She's dope. Thank you, Deatra. That's peace. Keep striving for the best life. I'm proud of you for myself. I'm a screenwriter. All right. You know what? If you're a screenwriter, you could write about my life, baby. No, we could do some work together because I'm actually putting together a little reality show. You can trademark it. It is a double-edged sword because they slip an agreement in there that allows a third-party vendors to bootleg your book. You don't get paid. Yep. And I know about that one, but I'm not even talking about the other bootleg where they will have my stuff online for free. And I think that's it. Okay. How you spell your editor's name? I just put it on here. Stephanie with the F. Stephanie Mans. She's dope. Rich. Dope. When I tell you dope, pick up my book. Pick up The Secret to Breaking the Bro Code and see how dope she is. She's pretty dope. I asked that in case someone tries to steal or copy your work. Okay. I'm in the process of writing a masterpiece. I can't wait to see it, Fred. All right, y'all. So thank you for joining me tonight. Hopefully you got some great information. Listen, sign up for Broke to Woke. You need this to change your life and everything else that I'm doing. All right. Take care and God bless.
Yeah, it's CC, CEO. Wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at